Hi, welcome to This Week in Property. I'm Jayashri Kurup. I'm editor at MBTV. I have with me Prabhakar Sinha. He's the real estate editor of the Times of India. All 19 Amrapali projects will begin by the end of October. Discussing this with us is Kumar Mihir. He's advocate on record in the Supreme Court. And we have KK Kaushal. He's an Amrapali buyer. But before we start, we actually went out, our correspondents went out and talked to a lot of Amrapali buyers. We would like to play that for you. Deepak, could we have that, please?
एक छोटी जो मेजर प्रॉब्लम है वो सोल्यूशन नहीं हो रहा। सारे बैंक्स एग्री हो गए हैं डिसबर्स करने के लिए, जिन्होंने सेल्फ पेमेंट किया है उन्होंने वो कर दी थी। अब जो प्रॉब्लम ये है, जैसे मेरा केस है और मेरे जैसे 1000 बायर्स हैं, उनका ये केस है कि मैं सेल्फ फंडिंग थी, 40 लाख का मेरा फ्लैट था, 30 लाख मैं अपने सेल्फ से दे चुका हूं। अब कोविड-19 के ड्यूरेशन में जॉब्स नहीं है। अब मैं अगर लोन के लिए अप्लाई करता हूं तो बैंक ने मना कर दिया है लोन के लिए। सेम क्राइटेरिया उन लोगों का भी है जिनका डिसबर्स होना है, अप्रूव हो गया था 30 लाख का लोन, 20 उन्होंने तब डिसबर्स कर दिए थे, अब 10 करने हैं। अब प्रॉब्लम यह है कि बैंक्स ये कह रही हैं उनके लिए भी कि जो 10 डिसबर्स करने हैं उसके लिए डॉक्यूमेंट्स और केवाईसी स्टार्ट होगी, क्योंकि 10 साल का गैप आ गया है, क्राइटेरिया सारा चेंज हो गया है। अब जिनके पास जॉब्स नहीं है और वो डिफॉल्ट नहीं होना चाहते हैं और वो रेगुलर पेमेंट भी कर रहे हैं, एनपीए अकाउंट भी नहीं है, उनका डिसबर्स नहीं हो रहा है क्योंकि उनकी जॉब्स नहीं है। मेरे क्राइटेरिया, मेरे सीन में ये प्रॉब्लम है कि मेरे को लोन चाहिए, मेरा पेमेंट सिर्फ 10 लाख का पेंडिंग है, मैं डिफॉल्ट नहीं होना चाहता हूं, पर मेरे को लोन नहीं मिलेगा क्यों, मेरे पास जॉब नहीं है।
31st October is the last date for those Amrapali buyers who were on a default side. When I say default side, means those buyers who were supposed to pay their dues as per their active plans when Amrapali Group was operational. So precisely until 2017, we filed a case in 2017. So anybody who was defaulted by the time the court has seized up the matter, they are under default. So those buyers needs to pay their default amount by 31st October. So far as their list needs to be published by the receiver, the Supreme Court appointed receiver, and he needs to update that list in his website, or the communication has to go from receiver's office.
So we thought we'll put a the camera on what are the problems that are coming up. So let's start with Mihir. Mihir, yes, does this mean that the buyers can finally heave a sigh of relief that work has begun on all projects?
Yes. See, if you actually go and see on the site, except one project where the tender is yet to be finalized, which is Verona Heights, every other project tenders have been finalized, contractors have been appointed, and because Dream Valley, the contractor was appointed only last week, except that every other project, the work has started. So coming from a place where there was no hope, there was no work for a large number of time, for quite a few years, at least now workers have been mobilized, things are moving. As you rightly said, and some of the buyers were saying, now the bigger issues is how to recover this or bridge this gap of funding. So that is the larger issue. Supreme Court is working on that. We will see some more directions in that front. But yes, to a large extent, buyers can sigh or give a sigh of relief that work has started.
We also have, let me first ask Mr. Kaushal. Mr. Kaushal, work has begun. Does that mean that the buyers are actually celebrating?
Yes, see, but no doubt at this juncture, there is a positive news and every buyers understand at least that they will get their flat. But this is a matter of big celebration, no doubt. But see, the question is here again, a shortfall of funds is a major concern where there is a huge gap on reality and where the funds will be arranged. Because see, project like Dream Valley, and I'm not talking about only Dream Valley, this applies on almost every project because shortfall is a huge issue. So actually buyers are even not able to understand how they can get their flat on time if sufficient fund is not arranged. So we have demanded a lot of things like a stress fund from even government, and even at the time of Supreme Court hearing, there was mode of discussion, even further discussion, that SBI cap will help in terms of arranging the sufficient fund to help and get the position on time. But that discussion and processing is not at par, and we are not even satisfied with that kind of discussion going on. So I think Mr. Mihir is have good experience, and he has vast knowledge specific for arranging the funds for SBI cap. So I want to understand even from him that he could brief in detail, so that most of buyers can understand, because the bigger issue is still a scarcity of fund to complete the entire project.
Before I hand over to Mihir, Prabhakar, you want to lay your discussions? You want to?
The two issues are there. One issue, as those buyers have said, that now their job has gone. So this is a very big issue, and I don't think that any government or bank can help it out in this situation, because ultimately, if the bank will give loan only if the borrower is in the condition to return the money. So a middle path has to be found out, because if suppose 30 lakh has already been paid, only 10 lakh is outstanding, then bank can give still extend the loan, taking the entire property as a mortgage. So that is the one issue. Another big issue, as Mr. Kausal has raised it, that where from fund finally will come, because Supreme Court, even if gives order to NBCC to complete the project, NBCC is not going to invest from its own pocket. Neither Swami Fund will give fund without having that kind of a collateral to get its refund also. Or if that refund is not possible, repayment is not going to come, then even the Swami Fund will not give the fund. And so this situation has to be found out. Now the issue is that the recovery from Anil Sharma, that is the former developer of the project. I think that is a very long drawn process. Now one can't wait for that to happen, and then the project will be completed. And so whatever assets are remaining in the project, Supreme Court should try to auction that, to sell that, to recover money. And I do understand that there's enough assets remains in the project, which if could be sold out, then money could be recovered to complete the project. So I believe Supreme Court to go fast on this issue. And that's why I was asking Mihir that how the new bench is it active as the old bench was? And if that is so, then I still hope that it will be completed.
Yeah. Over to you, Mihir. Now all the
Yes.
questions are in your court.
Yes. So now to focus on recovery of funds. Now, before that, I want to answer Mr. Kaushal's question when he talked about Swami Fund. See, Swami Fund is basically a business arrangement. They, in their internal charter that has been given to SBI Caps to manage this fund, it says that they have to finance on last in first out model, and also that there has to be a minimum internal rate of return of 12%. Right. So unless these two things are assured, they are not going to finance. Second is they are only financing projects which are cash positive, where the cost of construction can be recovered from the assets and receivables of that project only. SBI Caps has already considered all the projects of Amrapali, and they have finally finalized 4 or 5 projects which they are financing. So they have assured almost 625 crores will be given to Amrapali for those projects. They were also willing to finance take over another project called Heartbeat City. But there are other claimants. Heartbeat City is because such a lucrative project, apparently it's highly cash positive, and with the assets of the project being sufficient to completely fund that project and also some other projects. So therefore, SBI Caps, Swami Trust and Swami Fund, even some other people are interested in that. Even NBCC during the last hearing said that they want to take over this project and complete it. So that is because there are too many interested players. Receiver is negotiating with everyone to find out who's the best fit for that project, and that is why that is one project that is still taking time. Uh, so Swami Trust, unless we can assure that a cash positive project, second internal rate of return, third for last in first out, that is not going to happen. There was another thing that was told to the government by Justice Mishra on the last few days when he was there, that whether the government on its own will come out and apart from this Swami fund as a special case will give some money or will direct some of its financing arms like HUDCO to finance this or National Housing Bank to finance these projects. But even on that, there were some discussions with the additional secretary, Ministry of Finance, and the receiver, but nothing concrete has come out of that. So unless actually something actually happens on that, I mean, there's very little hope that government will go out of its way, and especially finance Amrapali projects. So that is not going to happen. Now, there's another way in which receiver is trying to arrange the funds, and if you see last two orders of Supreme Court, he's been talking about a consortium of banks uh, which can come forward and finance these projects. Now he was talking to some of the CMDs and managing directors of these banks, and they said there were some regulatory problems. If you see last order, he had informed the court that he has written to RBI to take care of these regulatory problems. RBI's counsel was present in the court last hearing, and he's been asked to file a detailed affidavit as to what regulatory protection or regulatory measures or regulatory policies can be taken or decisions can be taken by RBI to help Amrapali project. So that affidavit is expected to come on record on the next date of hearing, which is 13th, and some decision is going to be passed on that. So that is one source of funding that the receiver is looking at. That is, a consortium of banks can come forward and finance these projects, right? So not only Swami fund, but this can another way to raise funds. Now the third one is what Prabhakar sir said, that about sale of assets. Now, as we have been discussing, me, you, and Prabhakar sir, and Kaushalji was also there, and some other buyers were also there. Now, Supreme Court has been trying to sell these assets for quite some time now. It started in 2018 when all these project assets were attached. The responsibility was first given to DRT, with DRT did its own valuation, and there were certain issues with respect to these projects. There were third-party claims, there were encroachments, there were the properties were not clearly demarcated. Some properties which were on lease, the authorities had cancelled the lease, and all sorts of things were there. So DRT took its own sweet time, issued sale proclamations, but because the conditions of sale were so stringent and no financing was given to the prospective buyers for these assets, DRT failed. So finally, in the judgment, 23rd July judgment, all these projects were taken over from DRT and have now been given to MSTC. Now, MSTC also is facing the same problem with respect to third-party claims because they were never really adjudicated. That DRT was only noting that there were third-party claims, but there was no adjudication. So there are a large number of applications which were filed with respect to these properties. And valuation was also an issue because the valuation given for these assets in the forensic auditor's report is very high. The valuation done by DRT was lower than that, and the valuation which is now being done by MSTC is much lower than that. To just give you an example, there's a precast factory of Amrapali Infrastructure Limited. The forensic auditors valued that property at about 179 crore rupees. DRT valued that about 150 odd crore rupees. The MSTC is now valuing, and their valuers are saying that it is only about 110 odd crores. So there was a huge gap, and this is another reason why MSTC is facing a problem, because they have to find out which is the actual valuation on which these properties can be sold, because there's another allegation that and this was raised by the court and the erstwhile judge also during the hearings on a certain times, that there's a huge cartel which is working to uh, stop the sale of these assets, right? So that's another issue. So that is why MSTC, unless it's extremely sure about the valuation and takes a permission from the court that this is the valuation on which it should go ahead and now sell it, it is going a little slow because of all these issues of valuation. Now, in view of all these issues, the court once last hearing, when Justice Bhushan came on board, they have decided to streamline the hearing process. Right? If you see the last order and the order before that, they have passed a large number of directions to streamline this, because till now what was happening is there were other builders who were, hopping in Amrapali matters, getting their own orders. There was another show that we did with respect to that relief given to all the builders of Noida. And then large number of applications were filed, contempt petitions were filed in Amrapali matter, saying that Noida and Greater Noida is not giving the details for those other builders. So all those applications were taking court's time. Plus, there were large number of small issues that there was some infrastructure, fire NOC, there was some dispute between the uh, association of allottees, uh, right? So there were impediment applications, banks were coming out and filing some sorts of applications. So last order, if you see, court has now disposed of every application which is where notice has not been issued, where and which is not filed by financial institutions. So every application has been disposed of with a liberty to the people that if their grievance survives, they can file a fresh application. So that is cleared the clutter to a large extent. They have also given express direction to the receiver to give his recommendation how to streamline it. And last two hearings, receiver in his note has been constantly telling the court that there's a immediate need to give attention to the issues of sale of assets. So last hearing, he is also told that MSTC and receivers committee is working on a plan where they'll be selling some assets on a monthly basis, because uh, at the same time, all the asset sale may not be possible because there are issues, different issues attached with different properties. So they will they'll clear these issues one after another, and all the properties where issues will be cleared will be sold on a periodical basis, so that the money requirement or fund requirement of NBCC is taken care of. Uh, like in this quarter, the NBCC on his status report filed on 19th of September has said that they need about 520 odd crore rupees till December. So I'm hoping that things will start moving. Now the focus of the court, which has been made very clear during the last hearing, will be giving direction to the home buyers for deposit of their funds, giving direction to banks for disbursal of funds and for fresh loan, because we have been repeatedly requesting the receiver and the court to pass certain directions with respect to that. Also with respect to restructuring of funds, because that's another large chunk of money stuck there with vis-a-vis the subvention buyers and other buyers whose loans were declared, loan accounts were declared NPA. So so that focus will be of the court. Focus of the court will be on restructuring. I mean, with respect to directions to banks and home buyers for dispersal or payment of money, and on sale of assets.
Okay.
So
To
yes,
pick up some of what you've mentioned are the queries that we're getting. There
yes,
is Kamal Sharma who said, "Dear sir, subventions issue is still pending and the
yes,
issue has not been resolved by the CR.
yes.
Please discuss about the subvention issue." Would you like to?
Yes. So see, the biggest problem in subvention issue is that there are almost 40 odd financial institutions, okay, who had financed these subvention scheme buyers. Now, every bank and financial institution wants their own arrangement, right? So, And there's a big problem because of this corona that there's a problem with respect to physical meets and a joint meeting of the bankers, etc. So plus timing is another issue that some people have time on a particular date and other people may not have time at that time. So and all these banks are citing regulatory problems because they are saying as per the regulations of RBI, as per the regulations given under the Banking Regulation Act, they are bound to declare them NPA. Restructuring cannot happen unless there's some direction from court. There's some change in the regulations by RBI. So all that is taking time, right? And to make a yes.
Is this the change you were talking about? Is this what RBI needs to allow?
This is part of the chain because another part is with respect to project finance by banks. So yes, so once that affidavit of RBI comes and hearing takes place on that, things will be taken care of subvention bias. Because see, everyone realizes that a large chunk of money has to come from these subvention buyers. And now everyone is getting desperate. The court receiver is getting desperate to arrange funds. The court is also getting desperate to pass directions and ensure that sufficient funding is there. So things we are taking time, but these are some of the needling issues. So, we are hopeful that something will be done on this.
There is one more buyer who has come up and said, Sheel Kumar, who says Bank of Maharashtra is asking copy of MOU between the court receiver and the Bank of Maharashtra. So please clarify. What is the issue here?
Yes. So what was happening is, as Kaushalji also said, that because of this huge gap, and there was earlier tripartite agreement between the banks, the buyer, and the builder. Now the builder has gone. So some of the banks were asking for a fresh tripartite agreement.
Yeah.
Saying between the receiver, the bank, and the buyer, right? Saying that your erstwhile builder has gone, he's no longer there. So there has to be some arrangement between the new builder, which is the court receiver, and the buyer and the bank. So the receiver had been talking to different banks. He signed this MOU with 4 or 5 banks till now. What he's telling everyone and what he's told the banks that buyers, this is a standard MOU that is between the buyer, between the receiver and the bank. The buyer can just go and endorse that. So that copy of that MOU should be available with the bank themselves. So if Bank of Maharashtra has entered into the MOU with the receiver, they should have the copy, and they should give the copy to the receiver, to Mr. Sheel Kumar, who can then endorse that.
If such a problem arises, they should approach the receiver for the.
They can send. Now there's a IVRS phone number also, so they can call that and their query. These are small things, so they should not take that much time. They can be resolved.
Don't stress over the small issues. If there's an issue like this, call the number, call the helpline,
or send an email, or see. Because of lack of manpower, they don't reply to these emails, but rest assured, all the emails that his office gets are read and action is taken on that.
Okay. Now I'm going to take another query, which is again about the loan. I think these are end user queries. Everybody is worried because 30th is the last date.
No, ma'am, you need to clarify. See, 30th is last date only with respect to people who had not paid their dues when Amrapali had raised the demand letters. It is not with respect to people who had paid their dues as and when Amrapali had asked money from them. So defaulters only at the time when Amrapali was there, because there are a large number of there are a number of people who had not paid anything after 2012-13.
What is the volume of that?
See, as per my understanding, what I have come to know, the forensic auditors have given a list of about 500 odd people who are defaulters for quite some time.
And are they paying only the default amount, or is there some interest also?
No, there's no interest on that. Right now, the direction is only with respect to the default amount.
So actually, for those of you who have not paid, even when Amrapali raised its...
they can pay the default amount by 31st, and then they can pay the rest in 10 installments, as is the case now with everyone else.
So it's good to clear that default amount because there is no interest levied on it, right?
Yes.
and you become solvent then in this.
Yes.
Yeah, there's UCO Bank. I think there's somebody who's asked. UCO Bank is not ready to dispense the amount for the active loan account, asking for fresh tripartite agreement. Same thing. We need.
Yes. So yes. So so we have complained there was some problem with the server of UCO Bank. UCO Bank, some interiors branches of UCO Bank, even though the payment has to be done in UCO Bank, were asking for some kind of direction, special challan or something like that. So we have informed about that to the receiver's office. We have also mentioned that in court last time. Things were mentioned that there are certain banks which are creating some small problems for buyers who are not in metros, because see, large number of Amrapali buyers come from outside Delhi,
Yeah.
right, from smaller towns. So they were having this problem. So he's a receiver has assured us he has also talked to UCO Bank to iron out these problems. So obviously things in future should be streamlined. UCO Bank has assured his office that things will be taken care of.
Okay, this buyer has actually gone on to say that asking for fresh tripartite agreement, we need to do it with NBCC or new contractor or
No, as the same MOU.
same MOU. So there is a standard MOU
Yes,
for,
yes.
I don't know your
Yeah.
name.
So one after another, the receiver is entering. So right now, I'm told that he's entered into 3-4 banks. UCO with 3-4 banks. He's coordinating with every other bank to enter into this MOU with his office. So slowly and steadily, the moment these tripartite agreements or MOUs are entered with other banks, he will inform the court. And with whenever your bank enters this into this MOU, you can just endorse that MOU, and your loan account will be disbursed. Loan amount will be disbursed.
He seems a little frustrated because he says, what's the point of maintaining an active account and not being a defaulter if I'm not able to get the money when
I understand, but see, these are all teething problems, and
but
we
the
have to.
you have a helpline.
Yes,
right?
now you have a helpline. Yes.
Call the helpline and they are assisting you to solve these problems.
Yes.
So you're not completely floundering. So
Yes.
while there are teething problems, I suggest that, like Mihir says, call the helpline, write to the helpline, they will help you. Then Sumit Gill has come back saying a fresh loan is needed as we are unable to pay from our own pocket. We are middle class and have not so much saving in our account, especially in this Corona time when we are not getting our full pay as well. I think this Corona and
Yes.
the pay cuts are going to impact.
Yes. For fresh loans also, see, as the video that you showed in the beginning, the buyer was also saying that there was some problem in getting fresh loans, KYC, etc., because people have got lost their jobs. And as Prabhakar said that see, in order to get loans, banks are bound by their own regulations. Okay, so they will have to do what they need to do in order to disburse that loan. Right. What the court can do is only to ease out the process, or give some nudge to the banks to consider these applications in a much more compassionate manner. But they can't go beyond a certain limit, because this is ultimately will affect the economic health of the country, or of the bank at least. So yes, we are trying to get this issue of fresh loan resolved. Because this is another issue with respect to prospective buyers who will come and try and buy the Amrapali assets, because this was one of the biggest reason why auctions in DRT failed. So I'm hopeful that once that affidavit of RBI comes and RBI is given some direction by the court, all these problems will be resolved to a large extent.
I'll continue with the finance. I seem to be getting a lot of these finance queries. Then we'll go to the project queries. If any of you have anything, Prabhakar and Kaushal, please.
Yes. See, I would like to add here some more questions, and I would expect to highlight, see, especially in terms of sanctioning the loan. See, without completing the procedure of MU and all, giving home buyers the last date of default, even defaulted amount, is not justified with the home buyers. Why I'm saying, because see, even defaulted amount in some cases, even the defaulted amount may be different in everyone. Like, so I'm giving an example, like I have defaulted 10 lakhs and somebody has defaulted 12 lakhs. So even that amount needs to be sanctioned from the bank. So in that case, giving the last date of 31st October is not justified with home buyers unless the procedure of sanctioning loan like MU is completed. And the details of defaulted amounts, this case has been coming running last 10, 12 years. So most of home buyers even forget their defaulted amount, and even they are not even able to find the details. In that case, if you see the website of court receiver, the details is not there. So if I'm not getting my details, what amount is defaulted, in that case, how can I see to get the details and what basis I can deposit in the UCO bank? So that,
Let
that
me hear
was,
that. That's a
Yes.
good point. If you don't
Yes.
know what
See,
the default amount is, how do you pay it?
and even more,
right. So
many buyers have died, right? They live in, out of the station, even out of India. Even
Kaushal,
if they don't get the papers. Yes.
Kaushal, 1 minute. You raise one issue. Let me here address it. Then we'll go to the
Yes, yes, yes.
right?
yes, so the issue with respect to informing the buyer, see, there are two aspects. Some people are saying that yes, a list should be given on the blog of the web of the receiver, that the entire list with the amount, that this is the amount that is due from each defaulter. Then there are large number of people who said this happened in case of customer data also, that when customer data was being uploaded earlier, they were just uploading that project wise customer data, whatever was available with them, given to them by Amrapali. So it came from Amrapali to the forensic auditor, then forensic auditor's office to the receiver. So they were just uploading that entire list. Then a large number of people sent representations that this will violate the privacy of people, and obviously you can't disclose, this is all financial information and you can't disclose it to the entire world. So that's why this question of OTP came. Okay, so now OTP is generated, and then again there are some technical problems which they are trying to sort out. Now with respect to this defaulter amount, see, you need to consider two things. First is people who have got their demands at the time of Amrapali and had not paid. So they know that they have not paid, right? I'm not on the quantum of the money, but the fact that you have defaulted is known to everyone, whether you have defaulted or not defaulted. There's large number of people who know that they have paid everything. A large number of people, or there could be people who know that they have not paid. Now, another thing is with respect to quantum, right? If you have an idea, generally you have an idea that all right, 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees, 5 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees was the amount demand raised. You may not know in the naya paisa is the last penny to the last penny. You may not know, but you generally have an idea. 1 lakh was demand raised on me. So you, just to show your bona fides, you go and deposit that. With the respect to this last date, that is 31st of October, see, there's no penalty which has been imposed by the court. There's no interest. The only thing the court has said, that if you don't pay by the last date of 31st October, the receiver is given rights to take steps to cancel or allotment. But you can, if there is a genuine reason, if, like for example, Kaushalji said that yes, if you have to take a loan and loan is being not disbursed, it's not disbursed because of all these teething problems, you just inform the receiver's office that yes, I am a defaulter, I am trying to arrange the loan, and as and when I'll get the loan, I'll pay that. That is sufficient. So you can't just sit back, do nothing, and then expect the receiver not to take any action. See, because there's a huge problem, there's a huge uh, pressure on the receiver to arrange funds immediately, right? And he's trying his level best to do take all possible steps to raise funds for these projects, right? People who are not paying, who were supposed to pay, puts additional pressure on people who are paying, right? Or who can pay, right? And puts additional pressure on everyone who's trying to arrange fund and work. So if you have money and you know you are a defaulter, please go and pay. If you know you're a defaulter, but for whatever genuine reason you can't arrange the fund, you inform the receiver's office that yes, I am a defaulter. Either you inform me what is the last penny amount, or you give me some time for whatever genuine reason. I'm sure if you send that representation, his office will consider.
There is one more query that is coming, I can see repeatedly being asked about the subvention charges, 350 per square feet charge for subvention.
Yes.
When the subvention plan is no more applicable, then why not deduct this charge? That's
Yeah,
what.
see, there was this question was raised repeatedly that yes, subvention buyers have booked their houses on a higher rate. The problem is now that has been considered in the financials, right? To deduct will put additional burden on everyone else. Uh, Court has not considered that. Court has said simply whatever as per your agreement was the last amount will be considered as the last is the price as the price of your flat. So there's no question of deduction. See, receiver can't do it on his own. Court has to decide that, right? And court has already said that you have to pay whatever is due as per your agreement. So if you have entered into a subvention agreement, unfortunately, you will have to pay the higher amount, whatever is the amount mentioned in your subvention agreement. I mean, as per your builder buyer agreement.
Can they challenge it with the court? With
They
the
can raise an issue.
bank?
See, bank, either bank too, I don't think has any role. Okay.
No, but they can claim it from Ranil Sharma for this, I believe.
Yeah, they can claim it. Yes, whenever
They
if
can
Anil
claim.
Sharma has any asset left, they can recover it from him. If
From him.
because obviously this is a entire larger scheme of a fraud which was played upon them by the Amrapali Group promoters.
Yeah.
But I don't think, in my view, court is going to get into this issue and will reduce the quantum or price of their flat to that
Yeah.
extent.
So whatever you have agreed with the Amrapali group, that is the amount that is due from you.
Yes.
You feel that this 350 per square foot is a charge for subvention is it's being charged on you, but you're not getting the subvention benefits. This is a separate issue, and they will have to raise it as a separate issue, right?
Yes. Yes.
And that would be another issue against the Amrapali group, but not
Yes, against the Amrapali Group. Yes.
See,
but not resolution.
you are talking about subvention plan, so I would add here a little bit so that most of buyers can understand in a even a systematic way. So I would add here, see, you are talking about agreement of subvention scheme. So far as agreement is concerned, see, there is clearly mentioned in agreement in case of subvention scheme that, see, home buyers will not pay their EMI till they get the possession in subvention plan. So here the major issue is, in that case, after signing the agreement, if they have mentioned that the home buyers will not pay the amount till they get the possession, so here again the last date of payment applies with the subvention scheme home buyers as well as normal home buyers. So there is a difficult time for especially subvention scheme home buyers. How can they arrange their source of fund to pay if they have already signed the agreement that they will be deposit their amount after getting their possession? You understand my point?
Yes.
No, I got you. But one thing here, Jasri. Anyway.
1 minute, Prabhakar. Can we mix English and Hindi? Many of the buyers are saying they're not able to follow. So जो भी हम बताएंगे, हम हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में बताएंगे.
हाँ, नहीं, इसमें एक चीज है कि जो सबवेंशन बायर है वो ऐसे भी आज तक पे नहीं किया है. ठीक है. नॉर्मली सबवेंशन का होता है कि आप 2 साल या 3 साल टिल पोजेशन बहुत कम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन होते हैं. ये होता है कि आपको 3 साल तक सबवेंशन दिया जाएगा. तो वो 3 साल का पीरियड चला गया, कोई पेनाल्टी तो उसके ऊपर लग नहीं रहा है. अब सवाल ये है कि सबवेंशन में सिर्फ इंटरेस्ट पे करता है डेवलपर भी, वो आपको ईएमआई में प्रिंसिपल पे नहीं करता है. तो जब इंटरेस्ट ऐसे ही वेव ऑफ हो चुका है आज तक का, तो मेरे को नहीं लगता है कि सबवेंशन स्कीम के बायर को बहुत ज्यादा लॉस था. हाँ, ये जरूर है कि आप ये बोलेंगे कि ठीक है, अगले 1 साल या 2 साल तक का जब तक कि कंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं होता है उनको तब तक भी पे नहीं करना चाहिए. तो मेरे विचार से 10 साल में सिचुएशन बहुत बदल चुका है. अब उस क्लॉज को उनको उतना ज्यादा इंसिस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए। एक तो मेरा इसके ऊपर कमेंट था। दूसरा, मैं मेयर जी से एक चीज पूछना चाह रहा था
जी सर।
कि जो प्रोजेक्ट फाइनेंसिंग का स्कीम है और उसमें सारे बैंक के कंसोर्शियम से बात कर रहे हैं, तो क्या बैंक वहां पे they will be lending against the asset, or it will be kind of a subsidy that they will be giving
No.
to the
Lending against the asset. No,
assets,
they
no?
will be lending against the assets.
So it is
Most,
recoverable.
yes, it's recoverable.
It's
It will be on the
recoverable.
same terms. Obviously, the rate of return will be a little lesser than what SBI Caps is charging, but it will be against the assets, sir.
Yeah, because government is not going to forgo any amount from
No, no,
any
no.
of these housing project. Because
Yes.
government is very clear. Government is saying this, that my liability or my responsibility, first responsibility is towards those who are homeless and who
Correct.
cannot fend for themselves.
That's right. That's right. That is
Yeah.
the stand. Why stand? That is the stand of the government. Has this is what the stand of the government has been so far.
Yeah.
So
Naturally.
yes. Now,
And
with respect to subvention scheme, I just want to add one thing. जो कौशल जी कह रहे थे, see 2018 में आम्रपाली ने Supreme Court, because we were raising and filed several applications with respect to subvention buyers of several projects. तो 2018 में आम्रपाली ने सुप्रीम कोर्ट में एक एफिडेविट दिया था, which is when आम्रपाली promoters were still out and not behind bars. So when buyers, we had filed an application saying कि कोर्ट हमारे अकाउंट को एनपीए सॉरी बैंक्स हमारे अकाउंट को एनपीए डिक्लेयर कर रहे हैं, डीआरटी लेके जा रहे हैं, इवन दो जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है पेमेंट करने की, दैट वाज ऑन द बिल्डर, एंड बिल्डर ने पेमेंट नहीं किया ईएमआई का. सो यू प्लीज गिव सम डायरेक्शंस. Now, Amrapali Group was asked to respond to this application. Amrapali ने एक एफिडेविट फाइल किया था जिसमें उन्होंने बोला था कि हमारे जो भी एसेट्स हैं उसको वी एडमिट कि हमारी लाइबिलिटी थी ये ईएमआई पे करने की, बट फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम्स थे, वी कुड नॉट पे. तो हमारे जो भी एसेट्स हैं उसको आप बेच करके आप बैंक्स को पे कर सकते हैं ईएमआई पे. उस पे जस्टिस ललित का ये कहना था कि सी वी नीड टू प्रायोरिटाइज कि क्योंकि लिमिटेड एसेट्स हैं और कॉस्ट उस समय, क्योंकि आम्रपाली हैड प्रोजेक्टेड कॉस्ट ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन से 5,000 करोड़ था, जो अब बढ़ के एनबीसीसी के केस में 7,000 समथिंग करोड़ प्लस देयर पीएमसी चार्ज करके 8,000 करोड़ के आसपास है. तो उस समय जस्टिस ललित ने कहा था कि वी हैव टू प्रायोरिटाइज कि ये जो एसेट है इसका पहला राइट किसके ऊपर है, किसके पास है. या तो ईएमआई हम पे कर दें, राइट, या फिर हम कंस्ट्रक्शन में यूज कर लें. तो इसलिए उन्होंने सब इस एप्लीकेशन पे उसके बाद कोई ऑर्डर पास नहीं किया था, कोई रिप्लाई नहीं आया, कुछ ऑर्डर नहीं पास हुआ. और फाइनली फिर थिंग्स वेंट ऑन टू द जजमेंट एंड देन फाइनली रीस्ट्रक्चरिंग ऑफ दिस अमाउंट, I mean loan accounts, and this is where we are at today. So ये EMI का issue, as Prabhakar sir said, people will have to let go. कौशल जी ने सही कहा कि भाई EMI इनको देनी थी जब possession आ जाता, because even though as Prabhakar sir said कि subvention में limited time होता है, ये आम्रपाली के केस में थोड़ा weird है, because builder had said had written in so many words that after possession you have to pay, without specifying the time limit. So buyers are also right, but they have to now understand that see, Amrapali is no longer there. Amrapali is gone.
और अब ये फोकस है कि मकान कंप्लीट हो जाए.
Correct.
मकान कंप्लीट होने हैं तो आपको पैसे चाहिए, और पैसे आपका इंटरेस्ट वेव हो गया है. जैसे प्रभाकर कह रहे थे, आपका इंटरेस्ट वेव हो गया है. एक तरह से आपको एक रिलीफ मिला है, उसको ले लीजिए. एंड अगर आप अभी वो चार्जेस, सबवेंशन चार्जेस पे अटके रहेंगे, फिर प्रोजेक्ट डिले हो जाएगा, फिर घर का कंस्ट्रक्शन रुक जाएगा. एंड दैट्स व्हाई इट्स बेटर आप आगे बढ़ें.
या जो प्रिंसिपल पे किया वो भी डूब जाएगा.
जो एलोकेशन किया वो भी डूब जाएगा. एंड
वो भी डूब जाएगा.
there is another query, who will monitor the quality of construction? यहाँ भी मैं
Yeah, so there were two issues. See, SBI Caps ने भी ये raise किया था, because SBI Caps wanted, जब उन्होंने स्वामी फंड से ये 4-5 प्रोजेक्ट फाइनेंस किए थे, तो उन्होंने कहा कि हम एक सुपरवाइजरी एजेंसी चाहते हैं which will supervise all these this quality. Now, SBI Caps ke case mein, because their own charter demands certain things, so therefore there's a company that may be formed, because this is how they are going to finance. That there will be a SPB where uh, shareholding will be shared, and directors will be appointed by SBI Caps and by the receiver. So that's a different thing. But overall, what is happening is NBCC, because NBCC is the PMC, NBCC is not constructing. NBCC has appointed contractors to construct. So contractors are constructing, NBCC is monitoring the quality of construction. And only when they have their structural engineers and architects and all that, only when NBCC is satisfied with the quality, NBCC is going to release the payments. And NBCC is answerable to the receivers committee and to Supreme Court. So they have to give constant periodical status report to court, which they have been filing.
They are PMC.
Yes, as PMC. So it is basically NBCC's responsibility to manage, to oversee the quality.
तो राजा घोष, आपके सवाल का जवाब ये है कि एनबीसीसी प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टेंट की तरह काम कर रहा है, कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स बना रहे हैं, एनबीसीसी उसका क्वालिटी मॉनिटर कर रहा है और कोर्ट को बकायदा बता रहा है कि ये क्वालिटी सही है. तो यू आर सेफ फ्रॉम देयर. Now, let me see if there is Verona Heights. There are lots and lots of queries.
Yes.
You want me to ask you the queries, or you want to talk about Verona Heights?
No, you just raise a query. I'll take them.
The first one is Priya Singh, who says Verona Heights tender is still not approved, but somehow unwillingly we still managed to pay the first installment from our pocket. The next installment is in November. Is there any point in paying the second installment, as the work has not even started? And even if we start after October, it should use the first installment. Can we request to change installment date for Verona Heights? That's the first one.
Yes, I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Can I
Okay.
pick up 2-3 queries from Verona?
Yes. Okay, please.
There's Anshu Latre, who says, when will tender for Verona Heights be cleared? Any particular reason for delay? We had paid the first installment, right? And no further movement. Then there is one more query. Yeah, again, Sanjeev Kumar Agarwal. Again, the thing is that first installment due date was 15th September. What action shall be taken by the court receiver to those who have not paid?
Right. So, okay. So to those who have not paid, you still have chance. There's no direction to levy NL penalty, any interest. So till the time the direction comes, you have a chance to make good of your payment. Right. So once the direction comes, then receiver is bound to implement them, and then court may, take in its own wisdom, may decide that if you delay, then there's some penalty, some interest may happen. But till date, there's no such order. So if you have not paid, please go ahead and pay if you have the means. Now, with respect to Verona's tender, see, Verona Heights is one of the largest projects of Amrapali. Now, what had happened was they had come out with a tender. There was a bid which was submitted. Now, with respect to NBCC is bound by CVC guidelines, which prescribe a certain mode or manner in which these tenders can be issued. So the bid that had come was, there was a vast difference between the bid amount and the reserve price fixed by the by NBCC. So it was, the difference was about 25%. Now the maximum that as per CVC guidelines that NBCC can go is up to 10%. So they negotiated. So there's 2-3 rounds of negotiation, and then finally the bidder came down to about 15% or 18%, which was the difference which remained. The tender was, the financial bid was then submitted to the financial committee of NBCC, an audit committee of NBCC, as per CVC guidelines. But because the CVC guidelines mandate that unless it's between up to 10%, difference is not more than 10%, you can't award. The audit committee said that, see, this has to be scrapped. You have to re-tender. And this is the only reason the Verona Heights earlier tender was scrapped and the fresh tender has been issued. Now, because Verona is such a huge project, now what they have done is they have divided Verona into 2 different parts. So Verona 1 and Verona 2. So it's basically the earlier the Verona had about 20 Heights had about 26 towers. Now they have been divided into two different parts, and for both both these parts, different tenders have been issued. So different contractors will come and will work. So tenders have been issued. We are hopeful that by end of this month, that is by end of October, tenders will be awarded also, and work will start. So if you have paid, good for you. Don't worry, work will start. Tenders will be awarded.
So the point that they're raising is that they've paid their first installment.
Yes, so it's fine. It's
supposed to be in November.
yes.
Would that be considered the first installment? Will they get?
No. See, start of construction has nothing to do with the start of construction has nothing to do with the tenders that you pay. Earlier it was as per the payment schedule was linked to the construction.
Yeah.
But if you have paid, that is your first installment. You only have to pay 9 more installments now. See, NBCC has assured the receiver and has assured the court that if funds are made available on a regular basis, the last date that has been given to them, that is August 23, will be preponed, and they will be in a position to complete all these projects maximum by March or April 2023. So if you have paid, that will enable NBCC to mobilize that much faster and start work on your project much faster than if you would have not paid. So
Yeah, which means
Yeah,
that
and substantial amount of work has already been done on Verona Height. I have seen it.
yes, the
And
structure is complete. Yes.
The structure is complete, so it shouldn't take much more time. And I believe that this is one project which is cash positive also. So I
Sir,
believe
yes, if you look the larger Verona, then it may not be, because there are towers where no work was done also. But now they have divided it into two different parts. So half of, if you just look at one half, that is Verona 2, the towers at the where they put in Verona 2, that's a cash positive project.
not Verona 1.
No, Verona 1, because there is still large work remains to be done. So, that is not cash positive, but once the funds are arranged from sale,
Yeah.
then obviously the work will be completed there as well.
And there are substantial number of unsold units.
yeah.
Yes, in both Dream Valley and Verona, yes.
Okay. There's Shobhan Pathak who says, I'm a buyer in Dream Valley High Rise and presently located in Canada. I was trying to make the remaining payment through the UCO Bank portal, but having problems. The submit button does not get activated in spite of filing the entire application with appropriate values. So kindly advise. Now, people who are in distant locations are going to face this problem.
Yes, there was some problem with the portal. In fact, there are large number of people are complaining that the receipt was not generated. And because of the fear that they will miss out on the first installment, they have paid the same amount twice. Some people have said even 3 times. So we have raised all these concerns with the receiver's office. He has passed along these concerns to the UCO Bank. They have assured everyone that they will look into these technical problems and will take care of the portal. So hopefully that will happen soon, and he will not have that much of a problem when he tries next from Canada.
आप में से बहुत लोग फिर से पूछ रहे हैं इंटरेस्ट वेव करा दीजिए. ये इंटरेस्ट वेवर अब पॉसिबल नहीं है, क्योंकि आपका जो अमाउंट था, आपके बिल्डर बाय एग्रीमेंट में जो अमाउंट था आपने एग्री किया है, वो ऑलरेडी डॉक्यूमेंटेड है एज द रिसीवेबल. ये अब ना कोर्ट ना बैंक आपको अभी वेवर दे सकता है. द आइडिया इज आपका इंटरेस्ट, इस पीरियड का जो इंटरेस्ट था, पेनल्टी इंटरेस्ट था, वो खत्म हो गया है, आपका सॉल्वेंट अकाउंट हो गया है. इससे ज्यादा अभी कोर्ट ने कहा है नहीं हो सकता है. मिहिर, जस्ट सर्टिफाई दैट यही आप बता रहे थे, राइट?
Yes.
Right. So
so your payable has been crystallized finally and by the Supreme Court in its judgment. So this is what you will have to pay.
Yes, Mihirji, I'd like to add some more questions. Keeping in mind the last questions raised by one people from Canada. See, there is a genuine problem if somebody wants to deposit their money through UCO Bank portal. So keeping in mind, yesterday even I spoke to court receiver regarding that there should be open one at least counter in physical terms or even office. Even you are well aware about in last hearing, court has sanctioned some amount to make office physical operational so that people can reach there and they can solve their problems physically. Why I'm saying, because see, in Dream Valley or even other projects, if you count around 42,000 home buyers are not even uh, tech savvy efficiently. They are not even able to deposit their money online. So I requested court receiver yesterday to open operational office, but he denies. I don't know what was the reason. So I request even you please coordinate with him and demand at least to open one counter similar like Amrapali, that if I am a home buyer and I want to take information relating to my flat, whether it is outstanding or how to submit my even check or online or relating to see my flats, every query can be sought out at that particular counter. So this will be very easy because most of people are not even are living outside of India even, and even some rural area and not in Delhi NCR. So solving such kind of problem, because this is huge problem and most of home buyers are facing such kind of problems. So I would definitely see, keeping in mind the problems of home buyers, I would request to please arrange such kind of facilities so that people can approach in an effective manner.
No, I understand, Kausalji. In fact, if you look at how things started, okay, so and where we are now, so it started with a blog. Then you had this email system where you could send an email. Then NBCC has now opened its office in I think 4 projects inside the office where people go and ask their problems. There's a IVRS now. Now, because you are rightly said that people are still having problems, we had requested, and large number of home buyers like yourself have requested the receiver to make an at least an inquiry place of inquiry where people can go and inquire about the status of their project, status of their construction, of how to do payments, etc. So initially he had decided that someone from his office will sit at these offices of NBCC on a regular basis, and whoever has any issue will can go to these offices opened by NBCC and ask their problems. I mean, resolve their problems. Uh, because of Corona, all that is taking time. So I'm sure. See, he's not making a separate office for himself. That is not going to happen. Okay, because he's a advocate. He has his own work also apart from Amrapali. So I don't think he's going to make a separate office for himself. He is going to work through NBCC only. So I'm sure he'll depute someone from his office to sit at NBCC's office on a regular basis to resolve the queries of home buyers. So that may happen in near future. Because of Corona, that is going to it is taking a little time. But I'm sure he will have your concern in mind and he will take some steps on that. I will also try and pass along your concern to him. See if possible, he starts this process soon so that buyers have some sort of a place where they can go and in person, because phone and email is not that personal. So at least in person, they can go and talk about their problems.
Mihir, there is Kumar Mrityunjay who says बहुत बायर्स का कहना है कि किंग्सवुड का पैसा गोल्फ कोर्स में जा रहा है, जैसे कि पहले बताया गया था कि किंग्सवुड का पैसा किंग्सवुड में लगेगा. इस पे आप क्या कहेंगे? How does a buyer get assured that जो पैसा उसने लगाया है उसी के प्रोजेक्ट में जा रहा है?
See, ये जो है मैकेनिज्म यूको बैंक ने डिवाइस किया है कि आपका जो पैसा है वो आपके यूनिट के खिलाफ मतलब अगेंस्ट रिकॉर्ड होता है, और दे ट्राई एंड अश्योर, आई मीन राइट नाउ बिकॉज द मनी वाज नॉट सफिशिएंट, Okay, so अभी क्या है, 200-250 करोड़ रुपया होम बायर्स का आया है, राइट? और जो कंस्ट्रक्शन के लिए चाहिए था was much more than this, or still till December we need about 600 crore rupees, 520 odd crore rupees. The money that has come now is not that sufficient. So right now whatever is in the kitty is being diverted everywhere.
Yeah.
Right, because obviously you need to assure that everywhere, wherever the NBCC needs funds, they are provided funds. So right now that mechanism has not been implemented, even though there's a mechanism which is devised for that. As and when the fund situation improves, Mr. Mrityunjay ji can be rest assured कि उनका पैसा उनके ही प्रोजेक्ट में लगेगा और अल्टीमेटली उनका प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट होके उनको मिल जाएगा। क्योंकि अभी फंड की कमी थी इसलिए वो थोड़ा टाइम लग रहा है, और इसलिए अभी कोई मैकेनिज्म उन्होंने इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं किया है। जैसे जैसे पैसा आ रहा है वैसे वैसे डिसबर्स कर रहे हैं, बट एक बार ये क्लियर हो गया, पैसे रेगुलर आना शुरू हो गया, सेल ऑफ एसेट से भी आना शुरू हो गया, तो वो भी हो जाएगा।
और ये कुमार मृत्युंजय वापस आए हैं, ये कहते हैं गोल्फ कोर्स का M7 और M8 टावर शाहबेरी किसान की वजह से किंग्सवुड में शिफ्ट हो गया था, लेकिन ऑन पेपर वो अभी तक गोल्फ कोर्स में ही है। कोर्ट रिसीवर के वेबसाइट पे भी गोल्फ होम्स करके ही आता है, लेकिन सच में फिजिकल किंग्सवुड में है। इससे M7 और M8 के बायर्स का पैसा जो किंग्सवुड में आना चाहिए तो गोल्फ होम्स में जा रहा है, क्योंकि कोर्ट रिसीवर के वेबसाइट पे गोल्फ होम्स ही है। I think basically
all implementing problems, implementation problems. Don't मृत्युंजय जी आप चिंता मत करिए, आपका जैसे जैसे पैसा आएगा वैसे वैसे लग जाएगा। Because now what is happening is you need to consider is this also. जैसे FAR सेल है, now if say for example किंग्सवुड में FAR है या गोल्फ होम्स में FAR है, अब FAR का सेल हुआ, now if let's say golf home says requires only say 100 crores for construction, the sale of FAR generates 200 crores. Shouldn't that extra money be diverted to different projects? If the buyers of golf homes will say nahi hamara project ka FAR hai, then we should only get that money, then receiver will have no way to arrange funds. So this is the reason why, because the funding situation is still not very clear, they are having a little problem in deciding how to divert funds or how to arrange money for every project. That is why these teething problems. Otherwise, he should be rest assured that his money is safe and his project will be completed.
हमारा 1 घंटा हो चुका है, 1 घंटे से ऊपर हो गया है। हम लास्ट 3 क्वेश्चंस उठा रहे हैं। राकेश रस्तोगी जी पूछ रहे हैं, इफ वन इज नॉट फर्दर what will happen to the deposited amount? I think what he wants to do is get out of this project, or he can't pay anymore. Then what happens? Does he forfeit his?
Yes, there are two issues. See, there are people who can't pay, and they wanted a family member to be added as second applicant. Like for example, people who have retired, they wanted their son or children or daughter or whoever, some other family, some blood relative to be added as a second applicant who can then take loan or arrange funds and pay the money. So that is allowed.
Yeah.
If you see last order, even sale of properties are allowed. Right? So even pre-registration sale, that if someone has got a buyer and he just wants to sell his allotment and get out of this property, out of Amrapali, he can do that. Only thing is he will have to pay transfer charges to the receiver's office. Right? Because what was happening is lots of people were getting calls from different agencies or brokers or agents that if you have a Amrapali property and you don't want to pay, you transfer it to those guys and you can get out. Or they were offering people to shift them out of Amrapali. So receiver informed this to the court, and court has now allowed even sale of properties, but sale has to be through the office of receiver. You have to take permission of the receiver and pay whatever is the transfer charges, which normally builders also charge. So if you can't pay, you have a buyer, you can sell your property now and get out of Amrapali. Obviously, you have to take permission from the receiver and pay the transfer fees. If you can't do anything, you can't pay, then right now you can't. There's no provision of surrendering your allotment. Okay, you can't pay, then you will be noted as a defaulter in the records of receiver. And maybe whenever the court will decide what to do with people who have not paid anything, then receiver will act accordingly. At the end, maybe your flat will be treated as surrendered, will be sold, and uh,
Your money.
whatever money is generated at the end, maybe you will have to file an application and you may get the principal back on a pro rata basis. I don't know. These things, there's no discussion as on date, so I really can't advise what will happen in the future.
Actually, similar question has been asked by somebody else who says, can I sell this unit to somebody else?
You can. So now you will have to take permission from the receiver's office. You'll have to pay the appropriate charges. You may have to file an application, and as long as your sale is genuine, and then you are allowed. If you see the last order, you are allowed to sell your property.
This is our second last question for the day. Sanjeev Kumar Agarwal says Maivan technology was used in Verona in some towers with conventional technology, which was not good by Amrapali. There was no proper supervision. When he visited, he noted that the walls and beams are not aligned. He's saying with these technical problems, you can't sort them out at a later date. They will be stuck with these problems, which means reconstruction. So when you are talking about the tender price, does it include all the
Yes. Yes, this is the primary reason why the cost of construction has gone up by such a large extent. Okay, because NBCC, when it did its due diligence of all these projects, they noted that even the standing structures had several problems for two reasons. One was the quality of construction by Amrapali, and also because these structures had been facing the element for last 8 to 10 years without any protection, without any maintenance, etc. So this is the reason why they at places they have to do a large amount of work just to make that structure safe for further work, and that's why this difference in cost of construction. So Mr. Agarwal should know that his concern has already been noted by NBCC, and this has been taken care of.
And on a final note, Sanjay Juyal says, he says nothing is waived off. A friend of mine is booking the same flat at 40 lakhs, for which I'm paying 45 lakhs just because of a subvention scheme. Now, the fact is that earlier also somebody who didn't take a subvention scheme would have got it at 40 lakhs. Sanjay Juyalji, I think one of the issues that you should understand is anytime anyone opted for a subvention scheme, you agreed to pay a higher rate, right?
Yes, that's true. That's true. You agreed to willingly agreed to pay a higher rate with the hope that your EMI will be taken care of till the time of possession. Now, unfortunately for you, the builder is in jail. Builder could not complete. So, see, problem is everyone has to make some sacrifice. You need to understand that for subvention buyers, at most the court has done or could have done is to restructure their loan accounts. They can't put this burden of EMI on someone else, right? So they can't put, now the builder has gone. So they unfortunately they have to suffer for the incompetence of the builder.
Yeah,
nothing can be done on that.
While I said that was the last question, one of the questions you answered, somebody from Dubai, Dr. Santosh from Dubai says, if by any reason, if Kingswood project is not completed, what is the guarantee of money which we are paying? I think all projects will be completed, right?
Yes, all projects will be completed. You have to now understand that you are dealing with Supreme Court. There's no builder involved. Supreme Court has the sovereign power of the nation. They will take care of your investment. They will assure that your projects are completed. So you just have to have a little faith in the court, and hopefully your faith will bear fruit.
And I myself spoke to the court receiver, and what Mr. Venkatramani said is, till the last buyer gets his house, I will be involved and I will ensure that every last buyer gets his.
Yes.
That's a very strong statement to make. And the way we are going forward, I believe that in the last 1.5 years, the kind of progress that you have seen and the kind of complex issues that have been tackled, I believe that the
Yes, you have to hats off to that person who's put his roaring practice on hold just for the sake of these 42,000 buyers. So he devotes his large amount of time not to his practice now, but to resolve these issues. So hats off to that person. He's
absolutely.
doing his
Yes,
best to get
Deep,
these flats completed.
see, most of home buyers are watching this discussion, and we have already shared in different groups. So, on behalf of our group that we generally run, see, I would like some more clarification to entire home buyers from your side, that there is a genuine question that even work is not started, but they are ready to pay their installment as per the guidelines released by the court receiver. But there is a little bit fear among home buyers' mind that in case they pay their installment, and all of a sudden, because of a scarcity of fund, again the project is stuck, then what will happen? So please, what is your take on, and what is your
No,
detailed
see,
thought, please
yes.
uh, address to that home buyers, so that they can understand, and even we are motivate them to pay more money so that we can get our flats on time.
Okay, so now two things. One is, see, everyone is trying their best to arrange the funds. But yes, you are right. There's a fear in buyers that what will happen if they pay and things will get stuck in middle. See, you have to understand that the court is trying its best. As a last resort, they can ask the RBI to direct the banks to fund. They can also get HUDCO involved, or as Justice Mishra had been asking the government, that government should give at least 500 crores. Right. So once that decision comes from the court, I'm sure that government will have no way but to give money to Amrapali. It's only because court is trying its all the other ways first to see if money can be arranged. But court has enough power to direct any financial institution or the government also to give money. Right, because if you look at how the Amrapali matter has played out, if you just go by contractual and legal terms, then Noida had the biggest, or Noida and Greater Noida had the biggest right as per the agreements, right, over all these lands. But their right has been relegated by Supreme Court, right? So court has enough power. You just have to have faith in the court. Court is you are not dealing with a builder now. You're dealing with the court. So court will take care of such a situation. Once the work has started, they will ensure that the works are completed. You just have to have, as I said, a little faith in the entire system. So once it's started, it's not going to stall.
One more point I'd like to raise is that I keep saying this at various shows, and I think consumers need to understand. If the value of that property was 100, today its value is 30 because it's a stuck project. जैसे जैसे आपका टावर बनता जाएगा, आपका प्रॉपर्टी का वैल्यू बढ़ता जाएगा, और इन प्रोजेक्ट्स में अनसोल्ड इन्वेंट्री अभी बाकी है. जैसे उसका वैल्यू बढ़ता जाएगा, वो जब अनसोल्ड इन्वेंट्री लोग खरीदने लगेंगे, वो भी तो पैसा इसी प्रोजेक्ट में आ रहा है. तो आप इट्स नॉट अ केस ऑफ this project does not have any completion method.
Yeah, look at, ma'am, just to add, look at Heartbeat City. Heartbeat City was sold at 4,000, 3,800, 4,000 rupees per square feet. It's still at the same level. Now the flat building adjacent to that is now selling at 7,000 rupees per square feet. It's almost double. Right. So the moment Heartbeat is completed, your value of your property will be the same.
Exactly.
Right. So
बना रहा है. It's not
correct.
पे शक नहीं है, कंप्लीशन पे शक नहीं है. जैसे जैसे ये बढ़ता जाएगा, जैसे क्रेन्स मूव करते हैं, कंज्यूमर्स बाकी अनसोल्ड इन्वेंट्री खरीदने आगे आए।
और ये सारा प्रोजेक्ट एनबीसीसी ने ऑडिट करने के बाद लिया है, और ये ऑडिट में वो कैश पॉजिटिव है सारा प्रोजेक्ट इन टोटो, और तभी सुप्रीम कोर्ट बोला है कि ठीक है हम इसको कंप्लीट करवा देंगे। और अगर आप सुप्रीम कोर्ट पे भरोसा नहीं कर सकते तो फिर आप प्राइवेट बिल्डर से कैसे फ्लैट खरीदिएगा फ्यूचर में भी। तो ये तो, और ये बोलना कि नहीं सुप्रीम कोर्ट तो हमको सॉवरेन गारंटी देगा कि या तो हम पैसा वापस कर देंगे या प्रोजेक्ट दे देंगे, ऐसे तो काम नहीं होता दुनिया में। अल्टीमेटली ये कमर्शियल डिसीजन है आपका घर खरीदना, ये कोई फंडामेंटल राइट्स थोड़े ना कि यार नहीं जी आप हमको घर दोगे ही दोगे, ऐसा कोई फंडामेंटल राइट्स नहीं होता है।
मगर कंज्यूमर्स के राइट्स को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए,
और पहला बार ऐसा हुआ है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट किसी केस में ऐसे इन्वॉल्व हुआ है, आज तक
Yes.
दुनिया में कहीं नहीं हुआ होगा।
और अभी भी इंडिया में भी एज ऑन
Yes,
डेट,
yes.
इवन दो जेपी सुप्रीम कोर्ट में है, यूनिटेक सुप्रीम कोर्ट में है, आम्रपाली इज द ओनली प्रोजेक्ट वेयर रिसीवर कोर्ट्स
Yeah.
ऑफिस इज गेटिंग द कंस्ट्रक्शन डन। जेपी में उन्होंने एनबीसीसी को दे दिया, यूनिटेक में बोर्ड बना दिया, बोर्ड बनवाएगा यूनिटेक का, सो कंपनी विल कंटिन्यू, बट आम्रपाली इज द
नहीं,
ओनली कंपनी जहां पे कोर्ट बनवा रहा है।
एमओयू साइन हो रहा है रिसीवर के साथ जो कि आरबीआई अपॉइंटेड है, अब इससे ज्यादा क्या कर सकता है
कोर्ट अपॉइंटेड है।
कोर्ट अपॉइंटेड रिसीवर
Yes.
जो है वो एमओयू साइन कर रहा है आपके साथ।
करेक्ट।
ना स्टिल इफ यू डोंट हैव फेथ तो फिर तो ओनली गॉड कैन,
no,
I mean,
actually Prabhakar, they
give confidence.
had plenty of reasons why not to trust anybody, and that is where I think Mihir's assurance is, जब Supreme Court of the country with a sovereign guarantee is saying मैं बनवा के दूंगा, and he's saying that लास्ट घर तक जब तक नहीं बनेगा सुप्रीम कोर्ट इन्वॉल्व रहेगा, आपके पास इससे बेहतर गारंटी हो नहीं सकता है। एंड इसी वजह से अगर पैसा मांग रहे हैं आप डाल दीजिए, क्योंकि
नहीं जयश्री जयश्री कल के दिन बायर ये बोलेंगे कि साहब हमने तो 50 लाख लगाया था, तो अब घर बनने के बाद ये 35 लाख का बिक रहा है, तो ये 15 लाख में सुप्रीम कोर्ट हमको वापस कर दे, चूंकि हमने तो 50 लाख दिया था। सुप्रीम कोर्ट गारंटी कर रहा है आपको घर मिल जाएगा। अब ये ना बोलिए कि मेरा इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोटेक्टेड होना चाहिए। दिस काइंड ऑफ argument and this kind of a doubts against Supreme Court, which I mean, look, if you are in India, you can't have better guarantee than this.
और आपके पास सबसे सुप्रीम गारंटी है, so
Exactly.
go ahead and trust the process. It is working, and the
Yeah.
reason why we came here, addressed all your queries, why Mihir is spending so much of his time is because we feel that consumers need that assurance. And thank you so much for joining this week in property.
Thank you, ma'am.
Project, we'll keep bringing it to you. We'll keep bringing these discussions and solving your queries. Thank you, Mihir.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Thank you.